Bhagwan was asked about if yoga is a good method. And Bhagwan directly gives an answer. In the end, there is only one approach to the goal, and that is realization of the self. You do anything. So, as I told you, he goes directly to the point. That's why the direct path. I think 4 5 days we are only talking about the direct path and how we come to the direct path. And when we come to the direct path, there is nothing after that. You see, direct means what? You don't go indirectly. You don't have to waste your time doing so many things. You can straight go there. Yesterday, I told you about one example of how dhyana should be, how meditation should be. Not you are putting Padmasan, you're making your spine straight, you're controlling your breath, closing your eyes, withdrawing your senses. ये indirect path है. Direct path में क्या होता है? You sit down, or you stand, or you lie down, whatever. All those things don't matter. There are no prerequisites to enter into meditation. Your eyes simply close, and that too, if you want, you need not close the eyes. Eyes will close by itself. You have done in retreats, right? All those who have attended retreats, proven. आंख बंद करने की जरूरत नहीं. आंख बंद होते हुए देखो, वो भी विल नहीं है आंख बंद करने का. That's the direct path because that absorption from the outside, when you absorb yourself inside to the self, there is nothing to hold on to. Immediately everything drops. All your interest drops, your indriyas die. So when indriyas drop, only your eyes close by itself. We have done that practice 2 3 times in the last couple of retreats. And that is how it should be. You must practice all this and see. That withdrawal is very powerful. And you cannot withdraw if the mind is full of concepts. That's what we are trying to understand. Why we are not able, why we have to force, meditate, karo, dhyan karo. Kyun? Because all these beliefs and all, so many things are there. Moha, attachment. All these days we are discussing why moha, why attachment, because you think they are real. You think they are forever. That one misunderstanding leads to moha. How can you clear that misunderstanding? Awareness. Look at things in awareness. Look at everything in awareness. Look at life in awareness. Look at your body in awareness. Look at your mind in awareness. Look at other bodies in awareness. Look at others' minds in awareness. Look at others' ego in awareness. Look at your ego in awareness. That's the only, that's called living in awareness. So, in that awareness, you clearly can see through the falseness. You can clearly see the dramas of life, dramas of the mind, dramas of the world going on. You cannot get connected to it. You like the lotus. You can't hold a drop of water. You can't hold anything. It slips away. It keeps slipping away again and again. Why does it slip away? Because you are on awareness. You are aware. You know what is the truth. What is the truth? You are the presence. You are living in as the presence. And that is your lotus. That is why all the gods and goddesses are standing on lotus, sitting on the lotus. You see all the Devi Devatas are shown on the lotus. Shifting into awareness का भी logo देखो lotus. The lotus is that outlook, that presence which you are, where you don't identify with these things. That's how you can stay away from all dramas of your own mind, of the world. You can't hold on to that. You see, you can play all these roles, you can play all this different stuff when you can play all these different kind of games only in the mind. When you are a witness, when you're in the presence, you are not interested in the articulations of the mind and body. either in your mind, either in others' mind. That is the only way you can escape the drama. You enter into your mind, you will start responding with the mind. You will start wanting to get involved in the play of the world's mind. Being aware, you will never fall into that bracket. You'll stay aware. That's the lotus tattva. So that presence which is there, only by that presence when you practice, you can anytime shift into that awareness. Presence is awareness. That is this whole platform of shifting into awareness. How easily can you shift? And after shifting, how easily can you sustain and stay there, abide in that awareness? Basically, live in awareness. I've told this from many years, for 5 years. What do I do? Shift into awareness. Till when do I shift into awareness? Till you can live in awareness. If you don't come out of awareness, there is no question of practicing shifting into awareness. You are in awareness. And that is Shiva Tattva. Shiva is awareness. Until you realize and are completely abiding in that awareness, practice will go on. That is your final sadhana. There is no other sadhana to do. Now, to maintain that presence, to maintain that awareness, your sadhana is to remove all the concepts of your head, all the beliefs, all the attachment, all the clinging, all the past and future, all the dramas of the mind. But mind is not so easy. It will not give up the dramas. Past is always dancing in the mind. Nobody wants to live in the present. Present is freedom. While you're in the present moment, your mind cannot make any stories. Stories are made only when you visit the past. With the past, you will make up stories for the future and you will live in that, dangling in between like a pendulum. Sometimes here, sometimes there. So that's part time spirituality. When, like a pendulum, you're in your past. And then when you're passing, you hold on for that 1 millisecond, the present moment, your practice. And then before you know, again you're swinging into the future. Then again you swing from there to it. यही चलता है swinging. The moment you are able to understand this and refuse to move with that pendulum but abide in the presence, you are proceeding. That is progress on the path. इसको progress बोलते हैं. Progress has to come here only, abiding in that self, in that moment, in the awareness, in the presence, as pure presence. So sadhana is not to be in presence. Please understand this very, very clearly. The sadhana here is not to shift into presence or shift into awareness. That's not the sadhana. What is the sadhana in shifting into awareness? If you look at all the webinars, if you look at all the sessions, you will see the sadhana that we do is to remove all the concepts due to which you are not able to shift into awareness. We are not by force practicing. Jabardasti usko le aao. Nowhere. I don't teach that also. You can see 90% of my talk is to remove, to heal, to release, to let go. Whichever way you want, you do that. But until you become empty, you cannot have freedom.